and then go here and go to my Gmail so we can put the slides.
Yeah.
This is funny.
Sign in.
They're gonna be like, when I have to do this on my own, it's gonna
Well, we can
be.
have Diana just have it.
I'm like, can someone get this ready?
Go ahead. It's,
Oh my gosh, you're-
Nicole says OKC.
Here, you can do your email. Because if when I do it, I'll have mine.
Oh, I say, you know what my password is? What did she say?
It's
doing what
home
she's
team.
I did. 03. Okay. There we go.
You never write that down.
It's saved on everything.
Case Springs is pushing.
I'm sorry.
Everyone can see our screen.
I think so. Where is it? It's north of 412. Yeah, it's west of Rogers.
Okay, so you have to download those. You can't just open them.
I mean, you can.
All right, well, we'll go get this.
It's like-
Have a great Monday.
What did you do?
I just hit the present button when you're in here. This button right here is the present button. Puts it in slideshow. And then you should just be able to arrow through it. So this is your current one, that's your next.
So you're just gonna click it every time. Okay. I'm getting a
Yay.
Coaching.
I've got a
Okay.
got a teacher appreciation thing. over
Yeah.
that.
These are supposed to go from 9 to 10, but just sometimes I'll go over, so no worries. All right, thanks. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So we did get some of your worksheets from last class regarding your goals. I need to get everybody's so that we can start pulling those up at the beginning of each class and running through what's happening with everybody. So if you guys could please make sure you get those. If you weren't here last week and did not do that, let me know or Leslie know, and we'll go through it with you so you can have your goal set. One of the most important things with success in real estate is having a clear target. You don't throw darts at a wall and then draw a circle around it and say you hit your target, right? We have a target and then we throw darts to hit the target. Okay, so we have to make sure we have clear and defined goals, and we're going to start really focusing on what those goals look like for you. And keep in mind, if you set goals in that meeting and we need to adjust them, we just schedule a meeting with us and we can make those adjustments. It doesn't, one of the great things about it is that we can bump them up and bump them down depending on what's happening with you, your life, your business, but we at least need to have something to be aiming for. So when we talked the other day is we set the goal, now we have to figure out what we're gonna do to get those leads to be able to attain that goal, okay? And so we're talking today about the 3 pillars to success, which we briefly touched upon last week. So can anybody refresh the group on what we mean by the 3 pillars to success?
I just know that we're online with social media.
Yes.
And social media is really important.
Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Social media should be one of them. What does the concept 3 pillars to success mean?
It's like the 3 things that you focus your time on, your energy on to make sure that you get in front of enough people to make sure that you're able to produce those kind of results, be able to get those leads.
Absolutely. So the first bullet here, 3 most important things, whereas nothing else exists without those 3 things. This also means that when you are in the business, meaning writing contracts, going to inspection, showing homes. These things are still non-negotiable. So we have to have them in your schedule, no matter what, okay? These are your non-negotiables. So they must consistently be in your schedule. We can't do social media one day and not do it for the rest of the week, and then maybe do it next week and not do it. You have to have a consistent plan. Part of having a consistent plan is knowing what you're gonna do and when you're gonna do it. Some of these things cost money, and we need to plan a budget around that. So obviously, when you're a new realtor and you're not necessarily having a large amount of income yet, our budget's gonna be a little bit tighter, but we still need to budget around how much money are you going to invest in your business. There's many free things. There are very many inexpensive things. Leslie brought this in. This is something that we're doing on our team.
We'll talk about it.
There's definitely things that are more expensive to do. You guys have to determine your budget threshold and plan around one of your 3 pillars, budgeting that. And we have to keep in mind when we're building these 3 pillars, these are, and they must be lead generating activities, not lead maintaining activities. So what does that mean? Can somebody say what that means?
Growth. I mean, just growth, not just maintaining something, but moving towards the goal, growing.
Right, so you're gonna get leads and you're gonna have to maintain those leads, right? But it has to be generating new leads as well. So these activities have to be focused around generating new leads and not maintaining the leads that you have. Maintaining your pipeline is a whole nother item on your schedule. And this is not that. One of your 3 pillars is not maintaining your pipeline. That is just something you do that we have to put in your schedule, okay? So we have to be very clear. These have to be generating new leads, getting you in front of people, getting referrals and those things. So these are some of the topics that we're gonna go over today. And so we're just throwing them out there. What I want this to be though, is to be very much interactive. I want you guys to talk about ideas for social media, ideas for working your sphere. So we're gonna put some things up here, but I wanna add to that and get your feedback. What have you seen? What have you done? What do you like? What are you struggling with when we're going through each of these things? I know. There we go. Okay, so the first one, and you guys, these are actually, let me go back real quick. These are just ideas. There are a million ways to lead generate, and there's a bunch of little subcategories under each one of these. You guys pick 3 at a minimum that resonate with you, that you're going to be passionate about doing. Okay, so we have what, 7 up here? These are just 7 that came to mind. I want you guys to throw out some more ideas as we go through this class and see on ways that we can build upon those, okay? So social media is obviously the way of today, right? And whether we love it, whether we hate it, it is a phenomenal way to grow your business. I mean, how much business do we get from people seeing us on social media,
A
right?
lot. And there's different subcategories you can do with social media. So we kind of talked this, like, yes, there's Facebook, yes, there's Instagram, you can actually have a YouTube channel. And the great thing about it, it's really integrated. So you can do something on YouTube and share it to all your other, and same thing, you could do something on Facebook and share it to everything else. So you're reaching a whole lot of people on a whole lot of platforms, but maybe just doing one thing. So like Lisa did a great video. I'm gonna keep talking about video because I was really impressed with it. She did an office here. She got into an office here very quick. This is what I'm doing. It went on Facebook. She could have taken that same video, shared it on Instagram. She could have made a YouTube channel, shared that. It just draws people to it. So social media, there's a whole lot. It kind of spider webs out. Like you can do one thing and do a whole lot from it. There's tons of groups on Facebook. We talked about this a little last week at the very end. If your neighborhood doesn't have a Facebook page, create one. If it does, join it, get active. We're gonna talk about this in a minute because this is not necessarily social media, but it's marketing to your neighborhood. which you can really do on Facebook. You'd be really surprised how many neighborhoods don't have it. Now, I mean, there's a little drama that can sometimes come with neighborhood Facebook pages, but it's always interesting. But at least if you get out there, and even if you're not putting like, hey, I'm looking for this, you can put good information out, like, hey, is the neighborhood gonna do a neighborhood garage sale? Or does anybody know when Big Trash Day is? Or hey, this is Big Trash Day. As long as you get out and interact, people will see you and start being like, oh, she's saying a lot, and they'll get to know you that way too.
One of the things with regards to that I always do on my personal neighborhood Facebook page is when somebody asks for a recommendation for a fence company,
Anything.
asks for a handyman. I don't just put out that person's name. I say, hey, I do lots of real estate business with this person and they've always done a great job. They've helped a ton of my clients. When you tie it that way, you're indirectly advertising that you are in real estate, okay? Very subtle. You're not like, hey, look at me, can I help you buy, sell a home? But you're saying, hey, I'm in real estate and here's who I use and I help lots of clients, okay? Think about those kinds of subtle ways that you can also promote yourself. Neighborhood Facebook pages are really powerful because you live there. And you can hit it in multiple ways, which we're going to get to in
Who all
the
has
next
to,
one.
does everyone have like at least a Facebook page? You didn't do it yet? Didn't we talk about that last week?
We talked about it a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's deactivated. I don't know if I can get back into it. I'm
Yeah.
still
Okay.
working on it.
Okay. Everyone else, anyone else? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll make sure.
It is very important. So the next thing is, so join social groups, join different like interests, right? There's a social group out there for every interest. One of the great ways to build your sphere and grow the people you know is by joining like-minded individuals, whether it's a hiking, whether it's a home brewing, there's so crafting, whatever it is that you like to do, join those groups, connect with those people, expand your sphere.
There's a gardening group. I found that last year when I started my
Growing
garden,
tomatoes.
but it's a pretty big gardening group.
I mean, one of the girls on our team has chickens and she joined a home, like have your own chickens group, right? And there's just there's a group for anything out there, and it's a great way to grow your sphere. So think about expanding in those ways so that we're not just looking at the people that already know you and trust you. The next thing is, I highly recommend you establish a strategy for posting. It should be consistent every single week, and it should be on your calendar. I will tell you, we have like Mondays, Market Update Monday. Can you get to that too?
I hurdled it. I didn't know you were. Did you
So-
let Bryson?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he was on, I think, an old lake.
okay.
I saw him join. Is he? Yeah, he's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Hey,
Okay.
is this the link we're gonna use? most
Yes,
days?
I've got this as a
Okay.
recurring link. I'm gonna pin it to the top. I'll create a post that has all of the links for the Monday class and the Wednesday class and pin them at the top of the Facebook group. So that because it'll always change. I don't want to have to create a new link for every single meeting. Okay, so we're want to get back to a strategy for posting. So for example, Monday should be Market Update Monday. And you go to the MLS, you pull the market stats, you post them, you talk about them. Tuesdays, you can do tip of the week and post a real estate tip of the week on Tuesday. Wednesday, what I think Wednesdays is like real estate word of the week on Wednesday, and we pick a term and explain what that is. Okay, so like this last week, the term was CMA. What is a CMA? And we showed an example of a CMA, right? You're just generally posting. Thursdays, we do a featured business. We pick a local business, we feature it, talk about what they're doing. Fridays, we do featured listings Fridays. That's our strategy. It does not have to be your strategy. Your strategy does not have to be 5 days a week. it needs to at least be 3 days a week of these types of things.
I'm sorry, what was Tuesday?
Tuesdays was
Yeah,
a
the
term, like a
distraction.
real estate term. So picking a term and defining what that term is.
I have a question about.
Or tip, no, Tuesdays was a tip, I'm sorry. Wednesdays was a word. Tuesday tip, Wednesday word, Thursday,
Are we just giving examples?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday's local business.
local business, and Friday's featured listings, right? So when you're doing a featured listings, your featured listings could be actually going to a really cool new listing and doing a video of you walking through it. Okay, make it exciting. It could, I mean, but I would pick a vacant listing. I wouldn't go schedule a showing on an occupied listing, right, to go do that. But,
So I just use Showtime and go to a place that
and do agent preview.
okay, and I just say I want to do an agent preview and just.
Well,
It's a
one of the
selection.
options is an agent preview
On showing.
on showing time. So you have first showing, second showing, appraisal, inspection, agent preview. Pick a vacant listing, go do agent preview, get on Facebook Live, or just shoot a video of yourself. And then that way, if you're not comfortable right away, and then post it later. But get in a house, point out cool features, and just get out there, okay? What is the one thing, though, in all of these things that we just talked about that we're not posting about as part of our social media strategy? Yeah, can you write down here?
Did you say that again? I'm not sure.
Okay, so what we went through just now was a list of different things that we can post about, right? What was not included in that list?
Doing your personal thing, personalizing yourself.
Sorry, I touched the wrong
showing
thing.
your family and what you enjoy. And
Right, personalizing yourself and your family, but what real estate related stuff did I specifically not include?
It's none of your sales, like none of your, like, if you don't have any sales, you don't have to, that's not what you're boasting about. You know, it's not your
Exactly.
Personal business.
It's not your business. We're still gonna do that in addition to it, okay? This is just something that is a strategic rhythm that you're consistently every Monday. We end at 10, so at 10:30, I'm gonna do my market watch. Every Tuesday, I'm gonna do this. You can even plan them on the weekend and have scheduled posts so that you don't have to worry about sitting down and doing it, right? The way social media works has that feature. This is not included a closing photo. This is not including, I just got this house under contract. This is not including, I'm out in Yukon showing buyers today, okay? I want you to do that and you should do that. But that's not this. That is just a supplement to this, okay? Yes,
So on this, when you say definitely do it 3 days a week. So there's a difference between your personal Facebook page and maybe, your personal Facebook, or maybe you're gonna do a professional page. How does that interact?
absolutely. So let's explain the difference between a business page and a personal page. Business pages are phenomenal, and I think you guys should all have a business page. The issue with business pages are people have to specifically go, in addition to like being friends with you, have to like it, right? That takes time to build. So you're gonna post on your business page, share it to your personal page to start building that audience, okay? Because
There's a way, like, when you create, I would suggest you do some of these posts on your personal page first. Then maybe
introduce a business page.
introduce that you're doing real estate, this is what I'm doing, and then introduce your business page. And you can actually share your business page. And so like your friends, if they're scrolling and it says, you could say, hey, this is my new business page. I would really love it if you guys would like it. All they have to do is click. Like they're scrolling, they don't have to open it up to like it or anything. All they have to do, oh, okay, she wants me to like it, like, and then you keep going. Like you don't have to open that page, go to like, it's real easy.
And you can invite them to like it too.
And then you can invite people to like it, which I think sharing it will get more clicks and people actually having to go to their notifications and then going to like, et cetera. It's just right up there and then they can click. But I would share it maybe, I would probably share it like every 10 days until
Right.
you got a big enough audience. For example, I have quite a bit more friends on, say that with quotations, you can't see it, friends, on Facebook than we necessarily have that like our business page. Now, we have a pretty big audience on our business page, but the amount of friends we have, including all of our team, is a whole lot. So we've now gotten to where we share and all of the team members share it too. But you're gonna find the longer you're in this business, you're gonna be friends on Facebook and social media with a whole lot of other realtors. And lenders.
Contractors and
And
lenders.
contractors and things like that. So don't be upset if so many people aren't going and liking your page super fast. It'll grow, but that's the really importance of sharing it to your personal page. So, because a lot of my friends are 500 realtors that don't necessarily care about my business.
So have both.
Yeah.
Cross post,
for
but
sure.
have a strategy that's look at me, I'm a realtor. It's value added content is what we're trying to get at, right? Value added content is extremely important. You want to become the area expert, the subject matter expert in all of these
Something I want to
different
add to
things.
that real quick too, is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come and advertise like, hey, let me do your social media for you. You can pay me $100 a month. I don't even know what the going rate is, something like that. Let me manage your social media. And to a newer agent, that may sound really good, like, great, take care of that and I can do other things. But you gotta, what I'm finding is when you allow someone else to manage that for you, the same 20 realtors are putting out the same information because they've all hired the same people. It's very generic. So I would just try to make your information more personal with you in it, because people are going to pay attention to that more than generic stuff.
Don't be afraid. Your photo, your logo, all of that, every time, it's all about brand recognition. So
Yep.
make sure that they're seeing that stuff on it as well. We talked about going live at different places, doing videos. Those are very important. One of the other things that's not on here, and I touch on it in the sphere piece, which is next. But these tie together. Follow your friends' social media and just make sure you're commenting on their life happenings. Be very cognizant of that and make sure that you're connecting with them. So if somebody posts a first day of school picture of their kids, make sure you comment on an anniversary. Just make sure you're engaging with your sphere, and that's kind of the transition into the next piece. But before we go there, does anybody have any other ideas regarding social media or questions on social media? Yes.
It doesn't fall under those two things you just have.
Go ahead.
But
It's okay.
so on Friday, I was driving home and I get this call and this person said, I've been giving out business cards all over. Are you still in real estate? My supervisor would like to talk to you. And I was like, sure. So this person gets on, his name's Curtis. Geofencing, you heard about this? Okay, so I said, oh, this sounds wonderful. How did you get my information? Keller Williams gave it to me. I was like, wonderful. So they thought I was a good enough agent to share this wonderful product that you have.
Yeah.
As I sent it to my email and I want to look at it, and it's absolute crap. That's not how geofencing works anyway, but that's the kind
Keller
of-
Williams didn't send your information to anybody. Your phone will become one of the most annoying things in your life because,
And you gotta answer
Yeah,
long
my
distance
email
phone numbers.
address as well.
yeah, absolutely, because it's public information. So you're gonna be bombarded by all of this, but you gotta answer those calls.
I got-
On Friday, they left a message with me saying, hey, we should use a realtor. That was the message they left. I'm like, oh, cool. All right, I called back and they're like, let me tell you about this. It's like, wait, hold up. I thought I was getting a listing.
Yeah. We only pick a select two realtors in your area for this product, and you're one of them. No, you're,
He was promising me that any military, it's like, you're paramilitary, so
Yeah.
would you like to be our military agent? And then we'll set up a geofence over the greater metropolitan area of Oklahoma City, Norman, Moore, all these things. And anytime a military family ever looks online, regardless of the platform, we'll send you their contact information, build your database, and you'll get those.
I heard this top of
And
some
there's
sort of Facebook
that
algorithm
conversation-
here, and I got bombarded because I did start loving everything.
Yeah.
Everything anybody posted, I don't care what it was, I started loving it. And then all of a sudden, I got like 400 new friends in like 3 days. Like I was completely bombarded with friends, and I thought it was great, so I kept just adding, and then.
So, and I do, I mean,
Yeah.
every event that my kids are in, where I go and I meet somebody, I try to add them on my social media because I mean, I want to build that network. And so when I was first starting out, like everybody I came across, I would go find them, add them.
Make sure that we've got like 6
Mutual friends.
Yes.
Or else we're about to get 1,000 crazy weird messages.
Yeah.
Oh, you will, yeah,
No.
yes,
I
absolutely.
agree with that.
There's lots of interesting ones out there for sure. Okay,
Hey,
so
Nicole, I had a question real
yes,
quick. Going back to the logo stuff,
yes.
do you recommend for us that are not in team or stuff like that to create a logo for ourselves or just follow the KW logo? Well, I know you have to include it, but do you recommend to make an like an extra logo for your name?
I would highly recommend branding yourself. I think that that's very important to brand yourself in some way, shape, or form, whether it's your picture, whether it's a logo. If you don't have a logo, that's fine. And you don't have to go pay and get a logo created, but like Etsy, you can go
Do
get
that.
logos created for really inexpensive.
There's an app. Hold on, I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's just
There's
so
lots of
many
apps,
things
but-
to get logos taken care of. Also, you can just put your picture and put, Realtor in your name and your phone number, and the KW Elite logo is just as sufficient. But if you're not gonna have like a logo, you need to have a picture of yourself so that people start having that brand recognition, like using a common color theme in your posts, if you're doing market updates, make sure that you have a template for your market update and all you're doing is plugging in the new numbers. So if number one, it's easier, all you do is go and change 3 numbers and post it, and you don't have to recreate it every week. But then number 2, so people start recognizing it over and over again.
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions on social media?
We're still gonna talk about it, but it's,
You only use nextdoor.com.
I go on there, yeah.
Yeah.
Another place where people are asking for recommendations,
Yeah.
and you can engage on there as well.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
just wondered if y'all had any success with that, or if heard of anybody that's had success, keep making those type of connections on there. Or if it's mostly just like, here's a referral, I do real estate. You're talking about.
I think that it comes down to the more you're just making people aware that you're in the business. I don't necessarily run and put in like my business card on Nextdoor, but when somebody asks for a referral, I do that. Then these people are used to seeing my brand, my name. Your brand is your name, right? They're used to seeing that. So the more that they see you, the more that you become top of mind. Like, oh, he answers lots of questions on there. Or he's always answering questions on our Facebook page or on Nextdoor, or whatever the case may be. That's when you become top of mind for people. Okay, let's go to Sphere. I highly, highly encourage this to be one of your pillars in addition to social media. Sphere conversion rates are substantially higher than any other cold calling, I met somebody at a grocery store type conversion. These are people that know you, love you, trust you, and want to do business with you. Let's talk about, is there anybody in this group that's not from here that doesn't have a big Sphere here? Okay, okay, okay. What can you guys do?
I just moved from Tulsa, so I kind of have a little.
But you can still join Tulsa and do business in Tulsa if you choose, right? But what can y'all that are not from here, I wasn't from here, what can y'all do to grow business, earn money?
Join social groups and-
Well, growing your sphere, yes. But think outside of that, right? People that, so Mac, you have a huge sphere of people that know, trust, and love you in Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay,
Referrals?
That's exactly it. I've had three referrals from Spear, Colorado,
Right.
and Wellfield. That I know from both. So, Works out pretty good. So I agree. I think spending some time calling your Spear and just making sure that your Spear is aware that you're in real estate, your go-to guy for real estate helps out a lot.
Posting, I can help you anywhere in the United States if you want to buy or sell a home. One of the clients that I coached through MAPS, she was a big dog person that did like the dog shows. And she was like a corgi. She was like the corgi person, right? And so one of the things that we worked out for her was every time she went to a dog show, she would hand out just like little treats with her, or like she would go buy like a trinket and hand it out with her business card. And on the backside of her business card, it said, I can help you anywhere in the United States, buy or sell a home. Please give me a call. And that's what she would do. Well, she was seeing these people, right? So it was easy for her to connect. But why can't you do that with the people that are back in the places that you've lived, and have phone calls to them, have social media chats with them, things like that? Why can't you post once a month? I mean, there's a great graphic you can create of like you in Oklahoma, but you know how like when you see like the airlines and it kind of goes out to all the different areas and say, you know, I can help you with real estate in any of these locations, give me a call.
I did that with the MLS. I have access to Tulsa.
Mhm.
So I was like, this huge swatch.
Yeah. Right, and so that's easy because that's in this area, right? And then bigger, your Tulsa, but bigger than that, the whole United States, people that are coming from much farther away. That could be one of your strategies. Now, what I would say is it's not its own pillar. It falls under working your sphere as one of the activities that you would do under that, right? Just like social media, one of the activities is post videos. One of the activities is post market stats. Under sphere, if sphere is one of your pillars, then underneath of that, that would be a monthly post reminding people that you can work with them anywhere in the United States. It would be, has anybody heard of this DTD2 calling? How many of you are doing DTD2 calling? Okay, DTD2 calling, and we're gonna upload this. I'm working and we're building a Airtable that's gonna have all these PDF files for you guys, and it'll be on the Keller Williams homepage for you guys to go to, and it'll be up there. But basically it breaks down the entire year. And each week you have 2 letters that you have to call everybody in your sphere that begins with those 2 letters, and it rotates every 13 weeks. So you get through the entire alphabet. And then at the end of the quarter, it starts over again, and you just repeat it so that throughout the year, you call everybody in your database 4 times. Okay, that way, because it's so hard, you can jump around and forget, right? So it gets you very intentional about who you're talking to and making sure you're reaching out to them. You're calling 2 letters, and then they've even in the most recent version of the DTD2 added a 3rd letter each week. And that 3rd letter is for texting or connecting socially on social media. So you're just going to make sure to text that person or go on their social media and connect with them that way. Okay, so that is a great way to systematize how you're connecting and making sure you're staying on top of that. How many of you have a database set up?
Yes.
Okay, how many of you have your database with a minimum of 100 people in it? What about you guys online? How are your databases looking?
I've got quite a few. I'm not working my database in command like I would like to. And I'm kind of working on systemizing that as well with the D2D system and stuff. My wife and I are actually combining her database and mine, since we need to be marketing it all together.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The other thing, I just wanted to let you know, I just got off a call with that guy I submitted that offer for, and he is upping his bid this morning. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
yay.
resubmit that. Yeah.
Good. I feel like he's gonna need to, so way to,
Yep.
way to work that.
Yep.
I'll follow up with you right after class on that one.
Thanks.
Okay, so what about anybody else online? How, do you guys have your database set up?
Got a database set up, not working it as well as I should, but I do have D2 tags, D2 tags in it, and working on setting that up.
Okay,
I have mine set up. I don't have that many. I'm at 75, but I'm working
okay.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, same here.
so what we're gonna do, the activity from this is we're gonna define our 3 pillars, and then each pillar needs to have activities underneath of it to support it, right? So 3 pillars, 3 activities minimum under each pillar. So like we talked about social media, 3 different posts 3 times a week, engaging in videos, doing that kind of stuff. If you're a lead generation, one of them should be DTD2 calling. One of them, you know, can be any of these other things here that we're going to get to and talk through. Each pillar underneath each of them needs 3 solid activities. So every one of you should be connecting with your sphere. That is the easiest business to draw from. Figure out what 3, it doesn't just have to be these 3, but we'll talk through them and put those under your 3, under this pillar, okay? And then what we want to start doing is next is building that in your schedule. So if you say you're going to DTD2 call, and it's one of your it spheres your pillar, and that's one of your activities under your pillar, it needs to be on your schedule. If it's not on your schedule, it's not going to happen. Right? So what I would like to see by the end of this week is, in addition to your goals that we worked, your 3 pillars, your 3 activities under each pillar that you're committing to, and then your schedule, and it can just be an outline like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, in your time block of when you're going to work on those activities in that schedule. Does everybody understand that expectation? Online, do you guys understand that expectation?
Yes.
Okay, if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist and it's not going to happen. Okay? So strict. I am strict. It's very important, guys. Like, we can't run a real estate business by the seat of our pants. It's not just go out and talk to people and hand out business cards. You have to. Okay. Soapbox, but this, I'm fired up. Okay, time out. Listen to me. Does any successful business in the United States not have a business plan?
Nope.
Do they just show up and say, what the hell am I gonna do today? I'm just gonna go work the business that I already have and then figure the rest out tomorrow. Does any successful business do that? No. Are you running a business, or are you just periodically selling a house for fun? Anybody? Are we just doing it for fun, or are we trying to run a business and fund a life?
Now we're trying to run a business.
Trying to have this
Treat
business.
this like a business.
Yeah.
And let's do these things, okay? Every business owner runs their business with a business plan. They hold their employees accountable. You're an employee to your business. Hold yourself accountable. And we're here to help you do that, okay? Sorry. Get a little fired up.
So to talk about a little bit, Miller, cool down. So a little bit about the sphere, other things that you can do if if that's going to be one of your pillars is drop off pop by gifts. For example, because we know for you to spend $50 on 100 pop by gifts is not realistic right now. We get it. Some different things that we did is we ordered a box of flags, like American flags. Where did we order? Amazon. I don't know where they came from.
Yeah, we bought it from Amazon and we partnered with a lender.
We did partner with lender. And it was like for 4th of July, we went out and we just put them in our neighborhood, like yards. It was really cool. Something really little that we I mean, that wasn't very expensive at all. We still had flags left over. And we saw people out in the neighborhood while we were doing it, like, hey, we weren't even trying to sell I mean, we were trying to sell a house, but we weren't trying to market it. We were just doing something like, this is what we're doing, putting flags out. And Leslie, with your home team, we just thought it'd be really cool for 4th of July, for the whole neighborhood to have this. We did that one year. For the little bit more expensive things that we're gonna do, we did, oh, this is cute. For Thanksgiving, we took cheap oven mitts that we found at like Tuesday mornings. We baked cookies, which was a learning.
baked
We
cookies.
baked cookies, a lot of cookies, put them in there, something else, and then we hung them on our clients' or spheres doors. We went to all their addresses. It was kind of a lot of work, but in a little note, it said, we have to admit we are thankful for you. So it's just something we did at Thanksgiving. A lot of some of our team members that didn't have a sphere or didn't have clients already built up that they were doing it for, we did it for like friends and family and just people that they knew, like, hey, we're really thankful for you, with their business card in it. It was just cute, but it makes people then call you usually, or at least a text that says, hey, that was so kind, like, thanks, really appreciate that. We got a lot of feedback. We do, what was another one?
We did the pies.
Yes,
I have a good one. I got all the yellow envelopes from on. The package morning fluoride seeds and then wrote a note thanking me for all the help I do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like,
That was great.
yes, grow your garden, help us grow our business. Remember us when you have a referral.
Yeah.
But the batteries, I told you, one of my friends did batteries for the time change and just dropped them off on people's doors. But what I want you to do when you're looking at this, okay, and you can Google pop-by gifts, cheap pop-by gifts. Figure out what you're gonna do and put it on your calendar. I don't care if you're gonna do it in October, if you're gonna do like a little Halloween thing,
but plan it.
put it on your calendar in October now, okay? If you're gonna, I mean, one of the things, like I know a bunch of home brewers, so we talked about asking them to come do a home brewing event where they're brewing and we just rent out a clubhouse and invite our clients to do that. It's pretty inexpensive, but it's gotta be on the calendar, right? So think about what you're gonna do for the remainder of the year, put it on your calendar and say, I'm committing to do this. When the time changes, I'm committing to do like summer one. I saw somebody do like a little blow up beach ball and a shovel and send that out, or sidewalk chalk and send that out to their families with kids, like just be creative, think about stuff like that you can, bubbles, things like that you can drop off. I mean, it can be silly. It's just they're remembering you, right?
Also to grow your sphere, 2 other ideas, just because is join, I don't know if you're a part of a church, or join a home group. And not necessarily just for marketing yourself, but to get to know people. If you don't have lots of people here, doesn't necessarily have to be a church. Join
Brewing clubs, hiking
brewing,
clubs.
yeah, different clubs. If you like to run, join a runners club. And then find things and volunteer different places. Just to grow your sphere, so people, it's a really good thing to do. Volunteer, like there's lots of Oklahoma City Nursery, Crisis Nursery, Tri-City Hope. I mean, you could volunteer 1 day a week and meet a whole lot of people. And it just you create a sphere if you don't have one here. It's a really good idea.
And none of these things have to be expensive. When we're talking about hosting events, dropping off pop buys, lenders will pay for your flyers. We don't have this co-branded with the lender, but we've done the 4th of July one. We had door hangers. So we put the flag in the yard, we put a door hanger on there and our lender paid for it. And it just had their information and our information. It was just like a happy Independence Day. Right? So, but you don't have to pay for those things. We bought the flags, they bought the door hangers. It was super inexpensive. If you want to host an event, bring a business or 2 there and have them pay for it. And they're advertising, you're doing those things. We talked about social media, but let's tie it into our sphere. Make sure you're following your friends, you're commenting on their activities, non-real estate related, because you don't want every time they see you to just be about real estate. So comment on their friends, like, or comment on their posts, like their posts, get engaged that way. A market analysis, let's hop to that one first. The market analysis, this is great practice for you guys, but also can be eye-opening specifically right now. So go pick each week, pick 5 people and call them and say, hey, no obligation, honing my skills. I'd love to do a market analysis on your property. Would that be okay with you? No obligation. I'm just going to send you information on what your home's worth. Well, what happens when they get that and they see that it's worth way more than what they thought it was? So number one, you're practicing how to do a market analysis. Number two, you may surprise them and get a listing out of it. So that's a great message in your DTD2 call for whomever you're calling over the next 13 weeks, is offering every single one of them a market analysis. How much business do you think you could get out of that? Just little ideas, so you have a reason to call them. What are you calling? What are you saying? You're saying, hey, I'm in real estate. I'd love to do a market analysis on your property. No obligation, but what's your email? I'll shoot it over to you when I'm done.
Well, I do read the Rover magazine, believe it or not. There's one in North Carolina, and I think they have a great idea. I'm gonna try it here. See, once a month, he goes into Starbucks from 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning and buys coffee for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm a former employee at Panera Bread up here, and I do that for a little bit of still, I was hoping I could do that once a month and call it a tea.
Yeah.
My tea, and then I have my tea, and I think for my cup of coffee. I'm still working on that.
That's a great idea.
Anytime you can get in front of people and just share who you are and connect is a great way. One thing I would consider is if you're doing that, trying to get some information like name, a phone number, stuff like that, so you can add them to your database.
As I did in one flip.
Yeah.
After you know.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing, and I think that this is very important, and I don't think we realized how important it was until probably a few years in, but setting up some type of referral system for your clients or your sphere. So simply for us, somebody sends us a referral, we send them a brownie.
That was so sweet of you to think of us, and they get brownies.
Whether or not that referral does
Works out.
anything, as soon as we get a contact and they say, hey, my friend's gonna buy their house or buy a house or sell a house, immediately we send them a referral.
Brownies.
I'm sorry, send them brownies, yes. Once that property goes under contract, you can create a system as much as you want. We went to a seminar here several years ago, and this gentleman that we were at, he recommended social media strategy around referrals. As soon as you get the referral, thank them on your social media, tag them. Why do we do that? You tagging them lets all your people know that you got a referral
And
from
their
somebody,
people.
and all of their people know. As soon as you get the referral, thank you so much for the referral. Keep your eye out for that sweet treat headed your way. Brownie costs $10.
And there's company, like.
It's online.
Yeah, we put it in the computer and they take care of all, like, they send it for us. They have all of our marketing, everything already uploaded.
Then as soon as they go under contract and you post, got this property under contract, tag the referral source. I want to thank you again. We found them a lovely home. Or I want to thank you again. We got their house under contract in 1 week or 1 day, right? Now your client is getting tagged in it. You're obviously in it. They're getting in it. So it's getting all out to all their sphere, all your client's sphere, all of your sphere, right? We're building this momentum, this energy around your business. Think about those things when it closes, the closing photo. And then you figure out what you want your referral program to look like and make it your own. The only thing I will tell you with this is don't do it for one referral and not do it for another.
Don't get
If-
yourself in trouble.
Yeah,
Do you
because
guys ever like, maybe like customize, like, if you, like you talked about sending it around, like, let's say somebody, gives you a listing in Oak Tree or something like that, like, have you ever like up the thank you gift a little bit, like, hey,
So-
here's a free round of golf or something like that?
this is really new to Oklahoma. Being able to even give a bottle of water to somebody for a referral. So up until November, maybe, the middle to end of last year, you really couldn't give anything, even a bottle of water. They've just started allowing that. You cannot give money. So you can't give a monetary kickback, but you can
Give
give
like
a
a gift card.
Well, gift cards, not
gift
money.
cards. Yeah, you
Okay.
can do
Can't
it.
give cash.
Yeah, you can't give cash, but you can do like a brownie, or
Or
you can
check.
do like a gift certificate to a restaurant or something like
What's
that.
the maximum?
They have not
What's the
really
rule?
they haven't really set clear guidelines. Before it was like, you can't give a bottle of water, and now it's like, you can't give money. So but it cannot be tied to a particular house. So it can't say, buy this house and you're gonna
this
get
trip.
this trip, right? And if you're doing a referral program, it cannot be contingent upon the property closing. It can just be, you sent me a referral, whether or not they close, I'm going to do this program. It cannot have a stipulation of them actually closing. Okay,
But to answer your question, so as you get further into business, like, I've had someone in my sphere, she referred like 6 deals to me last year. You're gonna wanna take care of those referral sources. You'll start seeing even past clients become some of your best referral sources. You wanna take care of them. And so you just wanna make sure that every time you send them something, but the one that sent me, she got the ranch gift card. As a,
Yeah, I
hey,
feel like something like that's a great touch. Be like,
Yes.
hey, like this is actually.
so she got something a little, but it was, I know I'm on Zoom, so I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying. I don't know who's watching me. I know you guys can hear this. But yes, take care of your referral sources.
client, I mean, like, we now are to the point where we do client appreciation parties. And
We do
things like that.
events, like big events.
And so you'll get there, right? It's all scalable. It can start with dropping off, I mean, ours started with dropping off cookies,
Yep.
personally delivering them ourselves, to now doing an annual client
Like
appreciation
we
party
baked the cookies.
ourselves. And went to Tuesday morning and bought like $2 oven mitts.
But
You know, I mean, it grows, it changes as your business grows. That's why I say, figure out what you want to spend, budget around it. It could be very, very inexpensive. It could be $0. It could be, you send me a referral and I'm going to post and thank you at the time I get the referral, at the time we go under contract, at the time of closing, right? It could be a phone call following that up too. It could be free. Just, if you're gonna do it, establish what it is and make it consistent with everybody, because don't do it for one person, not do it for the next. People see it and pay attention to those things. People love gratitude.
we're gonna run out of time.
We got all the time in the world. So anyway, does that make sense? Do you guys understand what we're talking about here? We spent a lot of time on these two, social media and Sphere, because they really are the meat and potatoes of your business. They really should be. So I want you to put a lot of thought into what you're going to do and map that out. Okay, farming a neighborhood. Show
These
them.
are like super cute. Oh, I gotta show the screen.
And it's always backward there, but they're door hangers that say, basically, I'm a realtor and I'm your neighbor.
Yeah, so these, our assistant found them. We thought they were great. There's a little spot for your business card in here. So you stick a little business card. It says, hello. I am not just a real estate agent. I'm also your neighbor. And then it just kind of says, hey, I would love to help you. Call me for a free evaluation. These, I mean, you can have your kids go pass them out. But
You can have a lender partner with you to do it. You guys can get together because you're all in different neighborhoods, because the more you buy, the cheaper it is. And so you can say, and that's why, like, you insert your business card in it. So if 2 or 3 of you want to get together and buy a bigger box of them to get them for 50 cents instead of 75 cents each, do that. If you want to go with a lender, do that. I mean, put them, put them in your neighborhood, your sister's neighborhood, your mom's neighborhood, put them anywhere you want, because that one says I'm your neighbor. It doesn't have to say I'm your neighbor. It could be any message you want, right? But whatever neighborhood you're gonna farm, know that farming a neighborhood takes 4 4 to 8 months of consistency to really start seeing business come from it, okay? We mentioned last week, the neighborhood that I've been farming for the last 5 years, last year I closed 22 houses in that neighborhood.
Awesome.
Okay, but it's been consistent marketing and farming to that neighborhood. That was the neighborhood we did the flags in. I'm doing the door hangers in it. I'm on the Facebook page.
Our signs have our faces on them, so they see us all the time.
Right. And they're constantly aware of our brand. When we sell a house, we do just solds in the neighborhood. You can door knock them. One of the most, I think, productive and cost-effective ways to hit a neighborhood is mailing a letter saying, hey, I have buyers that are interested in this area. We can't find them a house. If you're interested in selling, please give me a call. But if you just type up a letter, sign it, put your business card in it, put it in a business envelope and write it,
Address it.
how much more likely are they to open it and look at it than like a postcard, because they get so much spam mail, right? You get so much junk mail, but when you see something hand addressed, you're like, this must be really not spam, right? I'm gonna open it.
Could you also do the letter and just go into an area? and leave it off?
That's illegal.
You can't
I
mess
just
with
wanted to
people's
make sure.
mail.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can't put it in their mail, but you could put the letter in their door.
I know the old fashioned farming letter, I used to put a recipe in it, maybe a tipping tip on how to redecorate the house.
Right.
But not that many people open their letters. I'm gonna stick with the postcard.
So so it's kind of mix it up, right? Mix it up between a letter and postcards. Maybe do a postcard one month and a letter another month and see what people are seeing and responding to. The bottom line to farming a neighborhood is consistency and doing it. Don't do it 1 or 2 or 3 times and then say it's not working. Do it consistently. One of the best ways to get people's eye is say, hey, I've got buyers or sellers who are interested in your neighborhood and I can't find them home because everything's off the market. If you're interested, call me. Okay,
Fourth postcard for this area.
right.
So I'm
I know we have a couple of people that have to leave here in just a second,
We'll talk
so
about a few things.
I want to touch base on 2 housekeeping things and then we'll finish up the last couple slides. Everybody here and online, are you guys aware of Michelle Thompson, the transaction coordinator that's available for the coaching program?
Yes, she's a lifesaver.
Yes.
Is awesome.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. As soon as you get a contract, you need to get it to Michelle and let us know so she can start your transaction coordination process.
We'll put her
There's a
information.
Google form that we're supposed to fill out
Yes.
to let her know.
Yep, it's the Airtable. Yep, it's an Airtable form. So we do get that, but it's always nice to kind of get a text or something like that, letting us know. She also does prefer when you submit that form to her saying, hey, also just following up with a text saying, hey, I just entered a new contract, just so it pops up for her too.
Everyone online, you're aware of Michelle, correct?
Yeah, she does multiple offers too, right?
Yes,
I'm just kidding. She doesn't really fill out our offers.
no, but she
Oh.
can help you, guide you with, like, if you have questions on multiple offers, if you have a listing and you have questions on that, she can help you with that too, but obviously come to us first. But she will, when you get multiple offers on a listing, she can help you organize your .loop and show you how to kind of keep them all in line. I thought that's what you were asking, sorry.
Wanted to check with that. The calendar, we know we are not following the calendar that's out there. We're working on getting that changed. So you'll kind of know what the schedule is going to be for all the classes, because whatever it said today was not right. I don't even think it had us on teaching it. But we're working on getting that fixed. So if you'll just be patient, and then we will post that in the group me. Did everyone get an invite? I had to manually enter everybody. It took a hot minute.
If
Okay.
you're not in
If
the
you're
group
not,
me, see us
will you let
immediately
me know?
afterwards.
Yeah, you're not, so I know. You are in it. I added you.
Well,
I'm
let's
not
make-
sure if I'm in the old one, and it looks like the name changed, so it may be the same one now. and
No, we
not-
started a whole new one. Is that Kevin talking?
Yes, this is Kevin talking, and I received a text saying that I was in it, but when I try and get into it, I don't see it. I see new agent networking group though. So maybe the other one got killed out and this
This
one's.
one's supposed to be KW Elite Coaching Group, 37 members.
If,
Yeah, I'm-
okay, so,
I'm apparently
let's-
not in it. If you could
Okay.
re-invite me, that would be awesome.
okay,
Okay.
I'm not in it either.
who is
Was that
that?
Kevin? I had Kevin.
Bryce.
Bryce? Okay,
See, it says Kevin.
okay, if we're not getting them, we just need to connect and make sure that you are getting them, because we put out a couple announcements. There is a mastermind. So that was posted in the group. I will put it on the Facebook page too, but we are having a mastermind for what we're calling our future cappers. And that's gonna be May 3rd at 11:30 at Pearls. And so it's limited capacity. So if you're gonna be there, let us know you're gonna be there. It's not, I mean, not required to RSVP, but that way we can get a head count. And we're gonna have a few featured guests there to talk to you. Really, it's masterminding, talking about how to win deals in today's market, how to win listings in today's market.
May 3rd.
May 3rd, 11:30 at Pearls. We have a private room reserved there. Lunch is sponsored by Cornerstone. May 6th at 5:30 is the Keller Williams Elite Agent Appreciation Party at the Oliver Residence. And that event is from 5:30 to 8:30, and you can bring a +1 to that event. It's gonna be a really great event. It's gonna be catered. It's gonna
Just
be
come eat and
awesome.
See David's. house.
Amazing house. Yeah, I just want to go see his house because it's awesome.
How do we need to RSVP for the lunch? Just text me.
There,
It's- there's a
link.
Okay.
So if you're in the group me, I posted the link to it, and it's, and it should be in your email too, because they send out emails for it. So RSVP, well, for the luncheon, were you asking for the
The
luncheon?
luncheon, yes.
Oh, just let me know. Yeah,
Okay.
or put it in the group me saying I'll be at the luncheon.
11:30.
Luncheon's 11:30 on the 3rd. May 6th is the Keller Williams Agent Appreciation event. Okay, so don't miss those two. Definitely gonna be worth your time. Those masterminds at Pearls are gonna be quarterly. And we're gonna have one a quarter, and we're gonna bring in a rotation of guests to come talk to you for those. So don't miss out on that first one. Those were all of the announcements. The Boomtown leads are getting revamped. And so those will start back up here in the next day or so. So we'll start seeing those come through again as well. Yeah, okay, so hopping back into this, we're gonna wrap this up, but I wanted to just touch base on some of the other things here. Hosting seminars, again, pick a topic, home buying, home selling, different financing. So one of the girls on our team is doing a VA home buying seminar, and she posted it on some of the VA groups locally. She's gonna do it online, live stream, and in person options. You can pick anything you wanna do a seminar on and do it. Those are great ways to get in front of new people. You can do retirement planning, so it doesn't necessarily have to be about selling a house. It could be about retirement planning. But you bring in somebody who's a retirement planner and estate planner, have them talk to the group, they sponsor it, and then you get the information of the people that are there. You get to connect and network with those people that are there. Military relocation, you can do some type of seminar on how to deal with military relocation. There's so many different things you can talk about. We went to one with Dominic that was an accountant and a tax person, and he
Oh,
did
yeah, that
a
was
tax seminar. And it was awesome, but it was a great way to just get and talk to people and meet people. And so think about those kinds of things too. They're just outside the box, not necessarily just buy or sell a house. It's expanding your network and getting in front of people, and also partnering with other professionals and creating a referral relationship with them, right? You get a tax person, you kind of start sharing business, stuff like that. And then cold calling, for sale by owners, expireds, even a neighborhood, if you can get phone numbers for a particular neighborhood, hosting open houses, joining networking groups. There's tons and tons of ways that you can build out your sphere and do different lead generation. The one thing, the biggest takeaway is something, you could have the greatest plan in the world. Number one, if it's not written down on your calendar, it's not going to happen. And number two, if you don't pick things that you're excited to do, you're most likely not going to do them either, right? So pick things that intrigue you, pick things that interest you, so that you can get excited about them and do them. And don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone, because you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone on a lot of these things. Okay, any questions online?
Will the video, is this video recorded?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Will there be a way to pick it up? I had a client call me in the middle and I missed some stuff.
Yes, and I can post out the slides too.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, so again, we have to build a business plan. So by the end of this week, we need to see what are your 3 pillars, what are your activities under each pillar to support that pillar, and then a screenshot of 1 week in your life and how those activities are going to show up on your calendar. Okay, and if some of those are like future planning pop-bys, then just write them out. October 15th, Halloween treats, whatever the case may be, like Christmas cookies, whatever it's going to be. I want to see that written out and send that to us so we can see what your plan is. I still don't have everybody's goals. We're going to start pulling up that at the beginning of class and doing a report out of your activities. So please make sure that you guys get those to us as well. Questions, comments? Anything? Okay, we'll be around for a little while, so if you guys need us. Do you guys know where our office is? We moved offices.
That way.
Yeah, so if you just walk straight down this hallway, when you walk out of here, go left, you'll run right into it.
I still get so confused when I walk out this door and like.
Okay, you
Just start walking laps.
Yeah.
It's a, it's
I'm like,
a,
oh, that's a perfect building. How did I get here?
it's actually like a
Gonna
figure
end
8.
this.
It's like 2
Yeah.
circles,
Okay.
so. Okay, if you guys need anything, give us a shout.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
I'm gonna mention one thing, when we were talking about that neighborhood farming, you guys, I don't know if y'all looked at like postcards and things like that. I sent out a neighborhood flyer to the neighborhood I live in.
Uh-huh,